welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'll be talking about Daughter of the Moon Goddess. It's one of the best fantasy novels of 2022. It's really interesting. It's a novel written by Sue Lynn Tan, and it's inspired by a Chinese myth, the myth of the moon goddess. You see, there are many myths about the Chinese moon goddess, but this one is a myth about how she drank her husband's elixir. But this story is not about her, but about her daughter. Okay, first of all, this is a debut novel. It was released last year, and for a debut novel, it's quite good. Really, it's quite good. Not every new writer can write something this interesting and unique. So this is the plot. Xinyin, that's the daughter of the moon goddess, she has always lived with her mom in isolation in the palace of the moon goddess. So she has always lived with her mother and the maid. So all she knew was a mom, and she doesn't know why her mom has always been there alone, no friends, nothing, but she was okay there. She was happy there. Although she did wonder from time to time why they were just alone and isolated. So one day she had to leave the palace because according to her mom, she's supposed to stay hidden. And why is that? According to the myth, or according to the story in this case, her dad and her mom were both mortals, and the dad was awarded the elixir of immortality for shooting down the seven, nine, I don't know, like for shooting down the moons, the sun. There were about 10 or 9 suns, I've forgotten, and people were suffering on earth. Crops were not growing, there was drought, no water, and then this mortal comes up with his bow and arrow and shoots down the other son, leaving just one. That's why we have just one son, I guess. So anyway, for that, the heavenly king grants him an elixir of immortality, but the wife steals it, drinks it, and becomes an immortal, leaving the husband on earth. That is the story. So anyway, the mom is, because of that, the heavenly king became angry and locked her up in the palace where she is never to live for all eternity. So Shin escapes the palace because she couldn't stay away. Again, like I said, she was supposed to remain a secret, and for some reasons, she was about to be found out. So she goes to the heavenly realm where she meets two men, the crown prince and one an imperial or a celestial commander, a soldier. So that's basically how our adventure starts. She trains with the crown prince, becomes a warrior because she has a mission. She wants to look for a way to free her mom and reunite with her mom, because living there, she can't tell anybody who she is. So she lies to people that she's an orphan from the South Sea and all that. You know, she couldn't come clean about her real identity because she's scared of her life and that of her mom's. So she hears of a tally granted by the imperial heavenly king. Sorry, I keep saying imperial. By the heavenly king. This tally will help you ask for one favor. And she was, when she heard about it, that was her aim. If she can get this tally, she can ask the heavenly king to free her mom, right? But this tally comes at a price. You need to have done something of important. So one day she's able to save the crown prince and his crown princess. Yeah, she's able to save them at the almost at the cost of her life. And then the king, the heavenly king, comes and, okay, I grant you this tally, ask me for something and I'll do it to you. So that was when she reveals her identity, who she is, the daughter of the moon goddess. Everybody was angry, the king was angry. Oh, you lied to us, you deceived us and everything. But the crown prince speaks for her, and the king, although she has the tally, the king said he cannot grant her that wish of freeing her mom. And she was bold enough to say, okay, it's fine if you can't grant me that. Is there something I can do that would make you do that for me? And he says, yes. Go to the mortal realm, get the 4 pearls from the 4 dragons. When she hears of it, she's thinking, okay, it can't be that bad. They're just pearls, right? And then she goes to the mortal realm. She goes with her friend, the general, and the crown prince, lost love. Yeah, they used to be in love. So she goes there and then retrieves the pearl, but things doesn't go as planned. She's captured, she's tortured, she's this, she's that. And then she discovers that the pearl contains the essence of the dragon, and whoever has the essence of the dragon can control the dragon. And she doesn't trust the heavenly king with that, because who knows what the dragons are phenomenal. They are majestic, they are strong, you know, they can do almost anything. So imagine having four dragons under your control. You can do whatever you want to do. And she feels like this dragon are peace loving dragon. They don't want to fight, they like peace. It will kill them if they have to fight and then do something against their will. So she's thinking of a way to save the dragon and a way to save her mom. So that's basically it. At the end, does she achieve her aim? She does. Yeah, it was a happy ending. But in terms of romance, I'm not a fan of love triangles. And in this case, well, I wouldn't call it a love triangle, but I just feel she was first in love with the crown prince, but she moved on too quickly. Or is it just my imagination because it's a book? I just feel she moved on too quickly. And moreover, she has attacks. Love shouldn't be that important at that point, right? Because love can be fickle, or rather, humans can be fickle. You can't necessarily trust your love because sometimes, even if these people don't want to hurt you, they have other things to, consider, and it doesn't usually end well, especially when you have something to do. But I like the fact that she sticks to her goal. She's not dissuaded from it, no matter how many heartbreaks and whatnot. Yeah, well, I would have preferred if she had stayed away from love. But I guess the heart wants what the heart wants, even that which is worst for it. Yeah, that in that case, that was just basically it. Anyway, so was it a good read? Definitely. Do I recommend it? I do. It's really an interesting book. Uh, Quite unique, but I will say, as someone who has always watched Chinese drama, I'm a huge fan of Chinese drama, especially fantasy, historical. I would say the plot is not that unique because I can name about 10, 20 Chinese drama with, almost similar plots. She's an unknown immortal in a heavenly realm, and then she falls in love with the crown prince. The crown prince falls in love with her, and then there's one other strong immortal who is always there to back her up, and then blah blah blah. There are betrayals and all that. I've seen that a lot in dramas, but this is actually interesting. Like, you would want to put it back down. And of course, there are dragons. Wherever there are dragons, it's a cool story. Especially dragons that can speak. Yeah, these dragons can speak. So you should try reading this novel, and you wouldn't regret it. It's really nice. I would rate it a 3.5. And this is because, like I said, I've read too many Chinese fantasy novels and watched too many Chinese fantasy dramas, both wuxia, xianxia. So to me, the story is not that unique. And of course, it's based on a myth. But I think for someone who isn't into Chinese, stuff, it will be like it will be quite unique, and refreshing. So you should try it. It's really interesting. I love it. Will I read the book too? Definitely. I already have it. I'm definitely reading the book too because I want to see what happens after she frees her mom. And because I don't trust the devil. It looks like someone that wants to destroy the all the realms. And like every Xianxia novels, we have the mortal realm, the heavenly realm, the phoenix. We have phoenixes. We have the flora realm, the fauna. And my favorite of all, the what is it called? It's always called, those people who live in water, not mermaids and mermen. The Okay, they are usually called the sea celestials. So you have like the southern sea, the northern sea, and all that. Yeah. So okay, it's really interesting. She makes friends. She meets people she can trust. Friends who help her. She knows she's not alone. So it's a really nice read. You should try it. You definitely love it. Hi.